Legends. I have completely blown it. I was hoping to get through this box set before Revelation was released, but as of the recording of this episode, we're only 2 days away from the release of Revelation, so I'm stupidly excited for that there. So we're going to keep at this, and we're going to do Revelation as it happens. Can't wait. I think that it drops Friday, but I'm hoping it's Friday night / Saturday morning. Could be wrong on that one, because if it does drop, it'll be midnight on like Thursday midnight, right on Friday. So the killer of that for me is going to be, I will have to be at work on Friday, knowing that this show is on Netflix, ready for watching. That's going to be a long Friday for me. I'm not looking forward to it in the slightest if that is the case. Anyway, this episode here is Prince Adam No More, and at the beginning of this episode, Skeletor is back, but not in a huge way in this episode. I said it in the last review, I think. It was just weird that for the main villain of the show to be out of it for so long. There's like 5 episodes there where there's no Skeletor, which just backs up my point that there's a whole thing going on online at the moment about the Revelation going to be really woke, and it's going to be like a gender swap sort of thing. He-Man's going to be in the background, the females are going to be in the forefront. But if you know this series at all, the females were always very, very much in the forefront. Everybody shoulder to shoulder on both sides, good and evil. Even though the show is about He-Man and his team and his enemies are shoulder to shoulder, male and female. I'm not even going to get into the whole gender thing on this. It is what it is. The female characters were just as strong as the male characters in this series, but I digress. In this episode, Skeletor is not happy. Beastman has been screwing up so much. Skeletor pretty much kicks him off the team, banishes him from Snake Mountain. It's like, off you go, you're useless, you're no good to me, that's it, you're gone, you're finished, get out. And even destroys his chair at like the council table in Snake Mountain. And of course, Beastman is screaming revenge, I will be back, sort of a deal. So off he goes, and in this episode, of course, title kind of gives it away, Prince Adam No More. Prince Adam, as you know, is He-Man. Whenever trouble strikes, the power sword comes out, he does the chant, transforms into He-Man, saves the day. He has done this again in this episode, but Prince Adam is thinking, he's kind of feeling left out, even though he is He-Man, but that's a secret. Nobody knows, bar Man-at-Arms, the Sorcerer, Orko, that Prince Adam is indeed He-Man, but he's feeling left out because he has to play. It's like a Clark Kent, Superman sort of character. Whenever he's not Superman, he's Clark Kent. He plays it kind of clumsy, and if he tries to do something, he'll mess it up, sort of a deal. That was the same with Prince Adam when he wasn't He-Man. So his father, the king, is thanking He-Man for his exploits, and Eternia wouldn't be safe without him and whatnot. And Adam is having a crisis of faith in this episode. Do I really need to be He-Man? Can I not just be myself and save the universe and make my father proud of me, sort of a deal? And he actually goes to talk to the sorceress about this, and she's like, you know what, you need to do what you feel is right, sort of a thing, but you are He-Man. And He-Man is selected by the king to accompany him on a tour of Eternia. The king, Man-at-Arms, and He-Man as escort, but Prince Adam talks his father into letting him go instead of He-Man. So of course they get into trouble on the way. Beastman and his beasts see them coming. He sees his chance for redemption in Skeletor's eyes, and attacks and kidnaps the king. Of course, Prince Adam, not being He-Man, didn't have the strength to save his father, and Man-at-Arms pretty much says to him, like, the family-friendly version of your head is not on top of your shoulders, it's inserted right up your tail end. You need to pull your head out, get your head straight. You're give this for a reason, and it's not to make you happy. You have been selected to be the protector of people, not to make yourself happy, sort of set up. And of course he has a bit of resolution at the end of the episode. He becomes He-Man, and he goes to save his father from Snake Mountain. And to cut a long story short, there's a lot of fighting involved in here, of course, with Beastman and Merman, and they manage to save the father, and they have a chat, He-Man and the king, that he's now feeling guilty about Adam, is my son okay, and the attack, sort of a thing. And he actually has a fist fight, and he's actually fighting shoulder to shoulder with He-Man, and they have got a really nice moment with each other where the king is saying, more or less, I find it difficult, a father finds it really difficult to tell his son that he loves him, and I hope Adam knows this, sort of thing. And He-Man's like, what, I think he does know, and Adam sure loves you as well, sort of a deal. Now, I could be a little bit off on the end of that episode. It's been a few nights since I checked this episode out, and it's just, I'm trying to get the details right here, but I want to get this episode out as quick as I can. But it's a very, very touching episode between father and son that are pretty much estranged at the end of the day, because Adam is supposed to be the next in line to take the throne after his father, and is he going to be able to deal with the stresses and strains of being the leader of Eternia? His father really at the start of the episode doesn't have much faith in him whatsoever, and he's kind of playing it cold with his son. That's the way Adam is feeling it. But whenever they have the moment at the end of the episode where the king is kind of like, I wish I could tell my son how proud I am of him, how much I love him, and not knowing that He-Man is indeed his son, Prince Adam. And again, to bring up Superman, that's probably one of the worst disguises in the history of superhero TV shows and cartoons and whatnot. It's like, right now I'm Clark Kent, now I'm Superman. Essentially the same thing with Prince Adam and He-Man. Change of costume, that's it. But great little episode, and it hammers home that fact that it's a tough job being a parent, and sometimes it can be very, very difficult for especially between fathers and sons to actually show that affection to each other, and that's what we get in this episode. It's beautiful episode.